Thank you for that. Okay, lads, welcome once again to Flipping the Coin. And we're going to check the coin. I'm going to keep the coin. Well done, getting paid for week number 3, coming out of the VGP division here in that Season 10. And you can see it's pissing rain. Someone's clearly left the sprinkler system on. And of course, we're getting a peek at 2 more teams you haven't had a scene at this year. Of course, it's one of the good human teams here, not Panther Chargers, against a ferocious and nasty little Amazon team now is Brickstown Varsity. Well, let's see what these little dotters of the Blood Bowl players from last year can actually do here. Now, as you can see here, pouring rain. The varsity girls have come in, they've got an Apothecary. Knights Panther, of course, have the smooth sounds and Apothecary, and because of that, they've also got the fame as well. So Brickstown Varsity has chosen, of course, to kick off to the Knights Panthers. Let's get it all started in here. And here we go, lads. And it's a brilliant pitch invasion here. And despite having the fame, as you can see, the human team ends up on the receiving end of that pitch invasion. If you do the counting there, yep, the Amazons are down 3 players, but the humans are surprisingly down 4. And who says this is a random numbers game? Well, so much for this cunning plan. All the humans basically do is, do some reassembly. And basically that's it for the turn. Amazons, of course, not missing a trick for deciding, well, let's actually go after this ball. There's a solid fisting down the side. Does she want to go any further? No. Let's just beat up the flanks. And there we go. Now, of course, this is one of the more interesting matchups you can actually see. Amazons versus humans. Some would argue the Amazons have a slight advantage because every sucking one's got dodge. So, admittedly, their blitzers at this point are absolutely devastating, having the blodge to start with. But the humans could easily argue that they've got the far better spread out of skills, especially since they can move faster and can even do such things like, oh, I don't know, pick up the ball, perchance. That little anti-skill called Shirt Hands. And of course they do have the one, once he gets his ass up, big guy lying back there. There we go, a bit of push me, push you. Humans are really going to have to actually look into, going and get this sucking ball. And yes, as mentioned now, you're starting to see the interesting problem at early stages with a lot of teams trying to deal with Amazons. All the sucking blodge. Well, luckily enough, the lads got the ball. That's 2/3 of the battle right there. Looks like a human team. Slight adjustment. Adjustment number 1, stop leading with your chin. How about leading with your fist? I did much better. But of course, Armor 7's now invincible in this league, as we've heard. Right, turn 2. Well, not exactly the deployment the humans were expecting. In fact, they're trying to contain a surge coming down their side here. And this Amazon coach, not missing one here, has decided, you know what, I can mess this up and come pouring in after this receiver. Well, still looping around the side here. Come on, who else? How about you? Good solid punch. Now, admittedly, this is where the humans are taking advantage of the fact they've all got armor 8. Now, look, finally, a 1 in 9, and it's a fail and a dodge. Never said it was perfect having that skill. Right, well, have the humans actually recovered? Well, the ogre is checking out face now to find out exactly that, and of course only it's bad timing. So the rest of the team gets to, well, quite frankly, punch away. And here we continue our favourite game of push me, push you. Well, he's got the eligible receiver, but remember, pouring rain. And it's yet more push me, push you. And followed by yet even more push me, push you. Exciting, isn't it? That's slippery, aren't they? I wonder what happens if we get them into a mud wrestling match. Aye, there's a thought. As you can see, normally, would he have thought about that? Probably not in the rain, though. Solid whack in the front. Ah, he's whacking it alright. That's disgusting. Close the bathroom door next time. Ah, look, skull followed by a skull. And it leads to humiliations galore. Well, Amazons, you're quite out of position. I know, we've got different positions in mind for them. Wait for it. Another salt smash. And it's a quick dirt nap. Well, a lot of stuns going on this one here. As for the rest of the Amazons, they found the water puddle. Would you like to try that again, darling? Well, now he's thinking about it. Ah, he got it. That'll work. How about the rest of the ladies? He's not quite as sure of himself now. He's already blown the reroll. And where are the rest of the ladies going here? Well, they're going to keep things tied up generally in the center. And they're going to scream for what they perceive is going to be the inevitable breakaway of the catcher here. It's not a bad idea. Now, of course, much discussion has been carrying on here about updates. Speaking of an update, how's your shin? But seriously, they've all been speaking of updates here. When are the Amazons finally getting their update? Probably about the same time this ogre is going to finally get his update of it's time to play the game. Alright, let's down on the rear. Of course, it's a push me, push you. It achieves the objective, and now it's time for the marching down the field. Do you wish to pass it? No, it's still pouring rain. As the human team, Kenny's on its favourite sport, in shape of push me, push you. Would anyone actually like to hit someone? Now, just saying. I know we're dealing with this touchy-feely culture. Look, I'm sure if you ask them nicely. Now, speaking of asking nicely, how's me foot? Well, it's through, because Bled's having none of that one. It's suddenly wide open. Here's, of course, the human so-called cage. You might not have wanted to do that, but I can understand the frustration when Armor 7 just isn't cracking today. And here we go. Makes the dodge away. It's going to be a Soul 2 dice block. And he has to reroll that one. Does get the hit. And there's the ball ending up. I'm not too sure who that actually helps. But the Amazons in the potting rain will try and make this as difficult as possible. And it's going to be mock-ups all around. Well, the drive started off bad for the humans. Doesn't seem to be getting any better. It's push me, push you. How about another one of those? Oh, now it's actually a down because guess what? The humans don't all start with dodge. Funny this. Sounds like it's a complaint. And now here we are, turn 5. Things have gone completely topsy-turvy here for the NATTS Panthers. Oh, look who's decided to come and play. And it's a push. Fine, at least he gets himself near the ball. Everyone else, well, it's going to be a lot of push me, push yous for a while. Into the ball she goes. Where's it going this time, Sunshine? And not too sure who that really helped. It looks like it's probably going to help the Amazons more. And that was it for the human team. Might have run out of time on that play. Well, that's what happens when you're drinking a fine scotch. Anyway. Amazons. No, that's not it. That's not it either. Completely forgot the Ogres is actually playing now. Didn't pay attention to who was hitting who, did you? Well, that's a break there for the humans. And here goes the eligible receiver. It looks like it's going to have to be a thrusting pass down the field. Oh, look who's decided to come and play. What is their armour made of? That's better padding on a brawl than I've heard. You know, most of the Dark Elves have. Those have spikes. Oh, push me, push you. Is someone deciding to actually try and get this ball? There goes another precious reroll. He's out. He gets that off. Come on. Nope. Swear they've had their braziers bronzed. Nothing's breaking on their end. And that was it for their turn 6. Right, come on, Amazons. It's now all Iron Man, Blood Bowl there. No rerolls left. And there's a solid hit into the pool catcher. Well, it's going to make any miracle play just that more difficult. That was already difficult in the pouring rain, but you know what? He likes a challenge, doesn't he? Who doesn't like a challenge? It's like trying to get a date with my sister. Well, for the right credit card, you too can. And it's enough free advertising for that, lass. It's an easy dodge away. Where's she going? Yeah, little Sunshine's going over here. How about you? It's push me, push you, and suddenly, well, someone doesn't like his future possibilities. Right. And once again, blitzing with the ogre. Are you sure this is such a good idea? Well, so far it's worked. Now, either he's left fluffy bunny gloves on, or it's just not happening. And suddenly, the catcher remembers he hasn't stood up yet. Thrower comes all the way to hand the ball off to someone lying down on the job. And how'd you like to join him? Well done indeed, yes. Clearly we're seeing quite the interesting game. Just how sober are these coaches? Well, here we go. Push me, push you. All she really wants. Well, that and a pony. Here comes a cheeky blitz. It's through. There we go. Solid smash. And I'd say this is becoming handbags at 2 paces, but I've seen what the handbags are from the other team. They're devastating. It's a slap fest, this one. Boy, Amazon's coming across. He's got everything pretty well covered. Ow, that was a cheeky one. Ow, well, surf time. Let's see if the fans can actually do anything incredible to you. Come on. Alright, can the fans hit harder than anyone else on this field? Yes, they can. Indeed. There's a bell rung. Congratulations. Sometimes you need a real hooligan to put the boot in. And it comes. Can he make it? Lace-eye. Didn't find the tripwire, did you? And I can see right now over there in the human dugout. Oh, good lord. There is coffee mugs, clipboards, and everything else flying out of the dugout in utter disgust right now. And guess who's actually got the ball? What do you want to do with it? It's a glory pass to, well, 2/3 or 4/5 of fuck all. Well, from the Amazons' viewpoint, did their job. 0-0 in the pouring rain. We've got an early ejection. Oh, the fans really worked him over. Right, so what have they got left? Well, you can see here, we've got a wee bit of an imbalance problem here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9 left on the human team. The Amazons, of course, have no such complications, because, like I said, whatever they're bronzing their braziers with, I've got to get me some of that from your cup. For recreational uses, mind you. And you can see, yes, he has brought in its helmet. Please ignore his goblin disguise. Again, I am constantly reassured someday they're going to put the correct model in. Well, there's an advantage for the Amazons having no sure hands. Of course they get a touchback. And that now means, even with the extra reroll here, life is tough here for the Knights. And there's a solid punch up in the front. Down he goes. Oh, gonna have another good solid drink here. Good lord. That is not what you want tickling your tallywhacker at that range. Those teeth smart. I should tell you, personal experience. Let's just say, it's amazing what you can mistake for an air blower in the dark. And we'll not go into that story any further. Anyway, Amazons advancing down the field. They're not, they are, they're looking at it. Now, it's a quick pass. Oh, something actually works in the pouring rain. Well, impressive actually. And what just happened there? Yeah, the humans just basically ended turn. Well, that's going to be one going back to the reviews, but basically that seems to have been the human idea as well. They just quite frankly ended turn. Now, well, there was a glitch on accident. I guess we'll find out later on in the appeals. However, from the Amazons' viewpoint, well, gift horse, they're not ignoring this one. Quite frankly, they're going to go and get to work. Step 1, remove one little minor problem there. They got him. Step 2, and well, it's time to introduce the fans to another dear friend of theirs. Let's see if the fans can go 2 for 2. There we go. Nope, sorry. Fans ain't giving you another freebie. Tough tittles, titty. Well, Amazon running down the field. Now, let me guess. Have we got an incoming foul coming in here? Aye, looks like it's a foul. Oh, good lord, he's dead. Someone grabbed the wallet. Well, fortunately, good use for an apothecary there. And you can see the humans, once again, just decide to deliberately end the turn. And that's it. It's 1-0 for the Amazons. Well, they did get their 1 KO back. They've got the one coming back from the reserve. Constable Ed, of course, is on the case. Helmet, get off the bloody sucking field. There we go. High kick. How do the Panthers want to deal with this one here? Okay, they've decided they're going to get right back into this one. Good catch. Well done, lad. Alright, let's get back to work. You know, I shouldn't hype it up like that, should I? Because we always know something like that's going to... And of course the brass brassiere holds up under the impact. I can understand the temptation, lads, but this is why very rarely you use the ogre as your first swing. What are the odds? And like I said, it's a 1 in 9. And Nuffle, thy name is cunt. Amazons, not missing one. They're just going to pour everything in they can to tie up the front line and also put some pressure in the thrower. So they're gladly going to piss away a couple of rerolls here. Well, here they come. Screen up the 2 side blitzers here. How about you? Well, it looks like, you know, some light containment going on here. Actually, it's rather extreme containment here. They're going to try and mock up everyone. Well, admittedly, the Amazons do have a 1-play advantage at this point. And you can quite see, yeah, so far this coach has decided pour everything in, see what happens. Well, there's your eligible receiver. Hands it back to the thrower here. Well, it looks like it's going to be Howard's time. Do you go for one more? No, it's a long bomb. And unfortunately there, decides to re-roll the inaccurate pass and of course spikes it down. Thank you, Pouring Rain. Bit of pro advice here. Your better solution, I can understand why you wanted to do it with this lad here. Go forward one square, end it off. Yes, you're looking at falls, but you're looking at force. Then he can run with the ball. Amazon's way out of position, have a hard time chasing you down. I can see why now, he just wanted to score it quick. Well, imagine if it had worked. Can't fault that one. Unfortunately, the Amazons have finally figured out what the handbags are for, and they filled them with lead. There you go. And it's a quick bong. And now it's everyone's favourite game of push me, push you. And they're probably going to use their throwing here to go and try and get the ball once they actually get an eligible receiver in position. Oh, there she is. Now, how's the rest of the Amazon team going to deal with this one here? Let's go get the ball. A remarkably good streak by the Amazon so far here. They're getting quite a lot. And now they're unfortunately just showing off. It's pouring rain, they're still making the passes. Human team concedes the turn and concedes the touchdown. Well, I know how it feels when Nuffle is just turning away from you. And your KO is remaining. Well, he did his job. Humans have set up everything forward pretty much, yeah. They're not caring about this one. 2-0, this one's going to go in the tank. Both teams get the extra re-roll. The kick is good. And, well, he's back on face now again, so much for this drive. What on earth is he doing? All I can say, it's kamikaze time. I'm sorry, lads, you're starting to see, well, a complete tilt-out. Ah, well, Amazon's going to play this one out, looks like. And it looks like they're now going to solidly start driving in for the ball. Well, it's a shame when you see a game tilt out this way. Oh, look. Felt like something doesn't quite go completely their way. Well, we unfortunately see now this one's going here. Ah, it's a complete tilt out. Well, you can see that match is all in done. And there you go. It shows you, unfortunately, what can actually happen when you start feeling that the dice have gone completely and utterly against you here. It's a real shame, isn't it, there? Because we did show it. There was that point where he could have salvaged the situation. And if the dice had gone his way on that incredibly long bomb, imagine what would have happened. But that's not for you, and sometimes you got to find a way to dig your way out. So there's the final results out of there, the VGP division there. 2-0. Next time, lad, Nuffle, bless your dice.